This is News 4 San Antonio Today, the only local news station with nonstop news.
Good morning. Nonstop News starts right now. We are the only station that is commercial-free all the way until the top of the hour. We have you covered this morning. You just heard from Jeannette, and she'll give us a deeper look at weather again in just a few minutes. But first, let's get a check with traffic with David Mendoza. He is in Sky 4, giving us a bird's eye view of our roadways this morning. Oh, hi, David. We get to see your beautiful face this morning.
Hey, good morning, Marisa. Yeah, so I'm up above 35 and 281, 37 right now on the southbound lanes of 35. Let me give you a look. We got a lot of lights out here. We have a multi-vehicle accident. Both lanes 1 and 5 blocked. This is right before the Brooklyn exit on 35 South. I've counted about 5 vehicles involved in this accident. Initially, this was a sheriff's office scene, and then the sheriff's office called out SAPD to come and handle this. This is right downtown, just north of downtown. It is causing a traffic backup. Unfortunately, this is how we have to start our Friday morning. Any updates with this, I will let you know, but hey, it's starting to get trafficy over here in the downtown area. Back to you for the moment.
All right, David, we'll keep an eye on that. Thank you for that. Right now, the Bexar County Sheriff's Office needs help finding this missing teen. This is 14-year-old Anastasia Vasquez. She was last seen yesterday leaving her home and has not returned. Bexar County Sheriff's Office did not give an exact location of her residence. She was last seen wearing, though, a black shirt with gray sweatpants. If you have any information on her whereabouts, please call the Bexar County Sheriff's Office. 3 teens are behind bars accused of stealing guns, cars, and credit cards. Police in Kyle say on Wednesday, 2 17-year-olds and an 18-year-old admitted to being involved in a string of crimes, including stealing guns and cars the night before. Police also discovered stolen credit cards, checks, and driver's licenses in the car. Bottles of alcohol and THC vape pens were also recovered. The trio faces several charges, including engaging in criminal activity. The Texas Department of Public Safety says their mounted patrol's first apprehension of 2026 is in the books. It happened along the border in Maverick County. Texas DPS says 2 undocumented immigrants from Mexico were trying to avoid being seen. DPS says their canine tracked them for about 10 miles before troopers and U.S. Border Patrol agents took them into custody. This weekend, the family of Camila Olmos is inviting the community to join them for a prayer vigil and balloon release. It will be tomorrow at Wild Horse Sports Park on Mustang Farm off of 1604. That is on the northwest side. Olmos's disappearance gained national attention after she went missing Christmas Eve morning. She was last seen leaving her home for a walk, but she never came home. After nearly a week, her body was found about 100 yards away from her home. The Bexar County Sheriff says that a gun was found near her. The cause of her death was ruled a suicide. The sheriff says she'd been dealing with mental health struggles, including issues with school and home life, as well as a recent breakup. Caught on camera on the southwest side, a man rapid firing what appears to be Roman candles into the air at midnight. One of many potentially unsafe situations as revelers rang in the new year. Fireworks are banned within city limits, but that's widely ignored due to the number of fires that caused damage to several properties shortly after midnight. We're told fireworks started this fire on the northwest side. The home on Autumn Sun near Braun Road sustained severe damage. Fortunately, no one was hurt. Fireworks may also have been the cause of a fire at a downtown hotel. It happened at the Marriott River Center on Bowie Street. Firefighters say there was paint burning in the hotel's loading dock. The spokesperson for the fire department says security footage shows kids throwing a firework down the dock's entrance. Investigators are still working to figure out what started this grass fire on the north side. Sky 4 was over the scene of 281 near Stone Oak Parkway around 7 New Year's Eve. The flames spread to a couple of old barns and a vacant home in the area. Firefighters managed to keep it away from a nearby apartment. Nearly 3,000 pounds of confetti was dropped in Times Square on New Year's Eve. That means 3,000 pounds of confetti that needs to be cleaned up. The men and women of the New York Sanitation Department went straight to work after the crowd of nearly 1 million moved out of the crossroads of the world. This year, there was more confetti than usual because of an added celebration kicking off the country's 250th celebration. The U.S. Army is focusing on teaching officers about AI, and mortgage rates hit a new low for the year on the final day of 2025. Jane King is live at the New York Stock Exchange with those stories and more. Happy Friday, Jane, and Happy New Year.
Happy Friday. And you as well. So good morning to you, Marisa. So homebuyers can usher in the new year with a little relief. Mortgage rates fell to the lowest level of 2025 in the final report of the year, which we got on Wednesday. Now, Freddie Mac says the average rate on a 30-year fixed mortgage fell to 6.15%. The average rate on that same 30-year home loan started the year around 7%. Well, the Army is creating a dedicated artificial intelligence and machine learning career field for officers as it pushes to integrate AI more deeply into its operations. The new 49B specialty establishes artificial intelligence and machine learning as an official area of concentration for Army officers, a move the service says will help accelerate its transformation into a more data-centric and AI-enabled force. And governments worldwide are moving to restrict children's access to social media this year. Australia, France, Denmark, Malaysia, and Norway are advancing or planning social media bans in some form. Now, the changes come as concerns mount about the toll that TikTok and YouTube and Snapchat can take on young people's mental health. In the U.S., there's a patchwork of state efforts trying to ban or at least limit social media, but they do face legal challenges. And a Tesla owner completed the first fully autonomous drive across America. Washington resident David Moss started the journey in Los Angeles, and then the car drove to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. It was a 2,700-mile trip. It took 2 days and 20 hours. Normally, that would be about a 5-day trip. Well, 2025 was a volatile year for stocks. The S&P 500 did end with gains of 16%. So pretty impressive since we were way down in April when those tariffs were first announced. AI stocks mainly drove the gains, and we are looking positive this morning. Live from the New York Stock Exchange, I'm Jane King. Back to you.
That autonomous car story is crazy, Jane. I don't know if I could ever trust the car for that long.
I know. He logged the whole thing on X. I think that's on YouTube as well. And he says there was no problems whatsoever.
Wow.
No hiccups. So very interesting.
I'll have to check it out on YouTube. If you said that he
yeah.
posted it on YouTube, I'll have to try and find it. Thank you, Jane.
Yeah,
have a
I
great
think he did.
weekend.
Thank you. Okay.
The Affordable Care Act tax credits have now expired. This means millions of Americans will be paying more for health insurance this year if they have Obamacare. The Kaiser Family Foundation says 24 million Americans signed up for insurance through the federal marketplace in 2025. About 92% of them received subsidies to help pay for their insurance. Now, without those tax credits, the foundation says the average annual premium costs will rise about 114%.
Sadly, it's no longer going to be affordable.
People simply can't afford some of the premiums that have been happening in this coming year.
Health insurance experts say a lot of states have expanded income qualifications for Medicaid. Texas is not one of them. If you need another type of insurance, experts suggest looking into private insurance and short-term medical plans. If visiting a national park is on your to-do list for the new year, there are some slight changes you may want to be aware of. The America the Beautiful passes are now available in a digital format. They also feature new modernized graphics that honor the nation's landscapes and heritage. U.S. residents will continue to pay $80 for the annual pass. However, foreign tourists will now pay $250 for the pass. Now, without a pass, they will also have to pay a $100 fee in addition to the standard entrance fee to enter 11 of the most visited national parks. Some student loan borrowers could be hit with a bigger bill this year. A law that protected student loan forgiveness from federal taxation ended on December 31st. The tax changes include the Department of Education's income-driven repayment plan, which caps monthly payments at a certain portion based on income and excuses debt after a certain period. Some borrowers could also be hit with state tax liability on their forgiven balance. However, that does not apply to states without an income tax, which includes Texas. The U.S. has slashed tariff hikes on several Italian pasta makers. Late last year, the U.S. proposed to raise tariffs on 13 pasta makers to to 92%. That's on top of the 15% rate for most products from the European Union. However, after review, the Commerce Department decided to reduce rates between 2.26 to 14%. A final decision is set for March.
Now your certified most accurate four-zone weather with meteorologist Jeannette.
I really hope they don't raise the pasta prices or the girls love to eat pasta. We're always eating Italian.
In our house, it's the rice.
Oh,
We're
yeah.
all about the rice. Hey, I do want to mention this. It is going to be very warm today. We're talking record challenging heat, mid-80s.
Nice.
And although it's going to cool down this weekend, it's still going to be warmer than where we should be this time of the year. And this warm and dry pattern continues through all of next week. However, big changes coming our way as we get closer to the middle of January. Starting next weekend, it's going to get colder. We'll talk more about that coming up. This morning, not quite as cold as the past couple mornings, especially from San Antonio to the north and east. Farther to the south and west, it is chillier. It's in the 40s. 63 degrees, that is at the airport. Meanwhile, it's 46 in Hondo. Good morning, Pleasanton. You're at 49. New Braunfels at 48. It's going to heat up fast as we go through the day. Winds from the west and southwest will draw in hotter air. Highs in the widespread 80s, mid to upper 80s in many spots, but a few spots down south across the east and even along the Rio Grande close to 90. The record for San Antonio for today is 86. And that is from 2006. With the hot air, the dry conditions, plus the winds picking up this afternoon, there's an increased fire danger today, moderate to high across the area. We had lots of clouds late yesterday. That cloud cover moving off to the east and northeast. It is pretty clear all across Texas right now. There goes our next weather maker. It is a weak front that is moving across North Texas. That'll continue to head south, and it arrives tomorrow. No rain with it, but winds behind it will shift to the north, and that will bring in somewhat cooler air. I would say the cool down will be more noticeable on Sunday. So mid-80s today, upper 70s tomorrow, and then low 70s on Sunday. Still above normal. Normal is 63 degrees. Next week, much of the week, mid to upper 70s, perhaps close to 80 on Wednesday. And then that warm air will be replaced by colder air as a stronger cold front comes in. It looks like that arrives next weekend. That is January 10th, and it stays chilly through the middle of January with high temperatures most likely in the 50s to low 60s. So if you're tired of this warm weather, it's going to get colder, and it may stay chilly for at least a week or so. Warmer day today, plenty of sunshine. At noon, we'll be right around 78, 79, maybe 80 degrees. And then by 3, 4 p.m., we'll get up to 86. Sunny skies for Saturday and Sunday. Few more clouds next week. 10% rain chance Wednesday, Thursday, next Friday. And then next Saturday, looking at about a 20 to 30% rain chance with that stronger front. Here is the extended forecast for the other 3 zones. Enjoy the day today and enjoy the weekend ahead.
All right, Jeanette, thank you. Let's get another quick check of the roads. One last check with David Mendoza, who is monitoring this crash just north of downtown. Good morning, David.
Hey, good morning. Yeah, that's correct. This is our city's only accident right now. 35 South approaching the Brooklyn exit. Kind of close to 281 and 37, the interchange. Really hard merge. Multi-vehicle accident. Down to 2 lanes at the moment. Left lane's blocked and right lane's blocked, causing a bit of a traffic jam here on the southbound lanes of 35. I will leave you with that. Drive safe and have a great Friday. Back to you.
All right, David, thank you. Stay safe out there. We'll see you later. Here's another look at your morning headlines. At least 7 people are dead in growing anti-government protests in Iran. The demonstration started because of economic pressures causing Iran's currency to depreciate quickly. These are the largest protests in Iran in 4 years. Demonstrators have also spoken out against the country's theocracy. President Trump responding to the deadly protests. He wrote on Truth Social early this morning, if Iran shoots and violently kills peaceful protesters, which is their custom, the United States of America will come to their rescue. Iran's national security chief responded to President Trump saying U.S. interference would cause, quote, disruption across the entire region and the destruction of American interests. San Antonio's first babies of 2026 were welcomed just seconds after midnight. They were born at Methodist Hospital just minutes apart. This is baby Esnaya. She came into the world just 51 seconds after midnight. First-time mom Amaya says she cried when her baby was born.
I feel excited because I have my baby today, and it's something beautiful.
And for the 26th year in a row, area hospitals came together to gift the first baby of 2026 and her family baby essentials. And just a few rooms down from Esnaya, baby Kali Amor Bautista came into the world less than 3 minutes later. Her parents, Melissa and Juan, say they're also very excited about the birth of their daughter and how memorable of a moment it is for them. So congratulations to those beautiful families and their beautiful baby girls. How exciting is that?
Super exciting.
Yeah.
Oh, God bless them all. Hey, weather-wise, hot today. Not as hot, though, this weekend. And as I mentioned earlier, if you want it colder, just wait a week.
Okay, we'll do that. Thanks for joining us.